let's go around the water cooler. We know March Madness is just about here. I'm excited about the brackets and the games coming up.
Go Cuse.
Yeah, oh, there you go. But there is some March Madness going on in Stanford University right now regarding this easy class list for basketball players, or for athletes in general, I guess I should say. We're talking about easy stuff like a drama class in beginning improvising, class in social dances of North America. And some people are like, wait a minute, these classes aren't all that easy, you know, and we need to give athletes a little break because of their schedule.
Dancing wouldn't be necessarily easy for some athletes.
Dancing is quite hard, right?
They called it Rocks for Jocks. It was Geology 101.
I remember that.
Every university. See, this is nothing new. And I mean, this is nothing new. Everybody knows that these athletes at Division I schools they're paid athletes, essentially. I mean, they're not really students. They're there to bolster the coffers of the school by getting NCAA championships. But I mean, and this is, by the way, from a drama minor. The drama and sociology department are there at colleges so that you can bolster your GPA for everyone, not just athletes.
And we bring our Watchdog on Wall Street because not only do you talk about financial things, but you know, you have some insight about other things going on, like, you know, this drama here in Stanford.
I wish instead of having these classes that there's Rocks for Jocks, some of these other things, they teach people more about, you know, boring things to some degree, but just simple financial planning stuff. I mean, these people are going to go on to be professional athletes.
Yeah, make a lot of money.
You know, how many of them end up going bankrupt, you know, just for nothing?
Steve Barber now is trying to get back into the NFL because he's broke and he can't pay his child support.
A large percentage of them. Yep, that's exactly. They get used to a certain lifestyle, but a lot of them, when they're done, they still get that, I can't remember the name of it, but they get a certain amount of money every year, even when they're done playing.
They do have a the pension, but that's part of what's going on with the NFL right now in regards to some of the labor dispute that they have right now. But just simple things, balancing a checkbook, understanding compounding interest, that would be a little bit better.
Okay, let me get your thoughts on this. Nothing financial, but a science teacher had to quit her job in St. Louis, Missouri, after the school found out she used to be a porn star.
I took a look at this story. Listen, everybody can make mistakes within their life, but the reality of the situation, in today's day and age with computers, okay, you're looking at someone who's in high school. The kids are going to Google her and they're going to find out. And that's what happened. A kid found out about it and went to the principal. DailyBuzzNow.com. Do you think, though, she should deserve?
The longer the conflict keeps up in Libya and the rest of the Middle East, the higher the oil prices keep going. But the word from Washington is we have plenty of oil to go around. So why are the prices jumping so much at the pump? Bringing in the Watchdog on Wall Street, Chris Markowski, to get some answers. Chris, we talked about this before. Go ahead.
It's like Groundhog Day. We keep talking. Every couple of years, this topic seems to come up again and again and again. The reality is there's plenty of oil out there. Not that there's not enough oil. Saudi Arabia can just basically keep up with anything that Libya has taken off the table. The reality is there's a lot of interest in the oil markets. You have both Democrats and Republicans that are bought off by Wall Street, a ton of money flowing into the commodities markets, which are driving the prices higher, and that's the only thing that's keeping it up right now.
All right, what about, real quickly, because we only have about 15 seconds, but as far as the reserves, the national reserves, how does that play into this?
It's not going to matter at all, because, like I said, there's more than enough out there. You can take a look offshore, you're going to see tankers that are sitting there waiting to unload.
All right, if you have questions for Chris, anything financial, send them to us. Buzz at DailyBuzzNow.com.
On the phone now. Meanwhile, Jared Lee Loughner pleaded not guilty in court yesterday as he grinned at the judge and faced his victims for the first time. He is charged with 49 counts, including attempted murder and murder. 6 people were killed, 13 were hurt in the January shooting. Loughner is expected to be back in court May 25th for a competency hearing. Okay, that's big news this morning. Let's go around the water cooler where you're talking about this website. Paul V created this blog called Born This Way. And what he did was he asked for childhood photos from all of his gay friends on Facebook and asked them to write a brief story to go along with the pictures. And he's saying, listen, some gays say, listen, I was born this way, and here's the picture to prove it. Saying you can tell in my picture when I was a little kid that I would be gay, and thus justifying why I was born this way.
Yeah, and they're trying to shoot down the stereotypes that all feminine men are gay and all masculine women are lesbians. And he says, you know, this is also a great way for parents to get a better understanding in all of this, because parents often can be, you know, very discouraging to their sons and their daughters for their, so to say, unnatural behavior.
And our watchdog on Wall Street, Chris Markowski, is here. You have children. Do you buy this idea that this picture will prove that you will end up being gay.
I don't think so.
It's confusing.
And I think it actually may end up doing more harm than good, simply because you may get some parents out there that'll look at this and then they may see some sign and then try to rearrange their kid's brain or something like that after the fact. It's, oh, maybe my kid's gay and I gotta change that. And I asked that question too because I got kids I played football with in high school that are gay now. I mean,
why not let a child's sexuality be, something that you discuss and explore when sexuality becomes relevant in their lives?
Yeah.
Like around puberty or something like that. Why not, let's hold off. And by the way, most of the pictures that they're saying, oh, you can tell this kid's gay, are stereotypes. It's a picture where a boy happens to look sort of effeminate or something in the post. It is stereotypical.
Just like I'm sure your mom may have a picture of you walking around her high heel shoes just playing around.
She does, and that's because I love to cross-dress.
See? There you go. You buy the whole More This Way blog and being there. Picture can prove it. DailyBuzzNow.com is the place to go. Let us know what you think. Okay.
I was going to talk about, but we don't have it. So what I'm going to do is alert you to our question of the week, and that is, do you sleep on your tummy, on your back, on your side? What's the most annoying thing that your sweetie does while sleeping? We have a poll on our website. It's DailyBuzzNow.com. You can go there, click on it, join in on the fun.
And we're talking about it because, it's National Sleep Awareness Week, because we're going to spring forward this weekend for daylight saving time.
And by the way, so many studies, and I totally believe these studies, unlike some of the ridiculous studies we've been talking about this morning, about how detrimental it is to your health when you do not get enough sleep. So you've got to try to make that a priority.
Well, and they're saying that, most Americans don't get the 7 to 9 hours required, and then a lot of times they're dozing off right there at the wheel when they're behind the wheel when they're driving, and that could be a big problem.
To me, it's a 3-hour interval. So you got to get at least 3, 6, 9, one or the other. If I get in that range, I'm all right.
So go to our website, take our poll. All right, hot mess time.
It is a little.
Every Thursday, we like to nag Chris Markowski, the watchdog on Wall Street, wanting the answers to our financial questions. Chris, we're getting word that some banks are now going to want to limit the number of times per month that you use your debit card. For fans of plastic, this strikes fear in the hearts of men.
It's no big surprise, is obviously because they're limiting the amount of money that banks can make per transaction, and obviously they're hitting a wall in regards to this. What happens when the government gets involved? Now everybody's getting up in arms in regards to the high fees, in regards to swiping the card all the time. They limited those fees, so the banks are saying we can't afford to do this anymore, so we're going to have to cut back to some degree.
Wow. Okay. Are you a fan of people, if they do not consider themselves financial geniuses, to just go ahead and use the cash because then you see it coming out of your wallet as opposed to using like a debit card?
Well, I'm actually, believe it or not, more of a fan of a credit card and keeping track of your expenses and not getting out of control. You're going to get the points along with that. A debit card as well, somebody can steal, some things can happen with it. And also, it's a little bit more difficult in regards to accounting.
Okay, so a new company is selling DNA, celebrity DNA, so you can bling bling your jewelry, your necklace, whatever you want to do. You want to add some flair to anything. You can add DNA from famous people to your jewelry. What? Why would we want to do this? Because a new study out there says that people think if we touch something that a celebrity touch, whether they are good celebrity, bad celebrity,
living or dead,
we have this magical thinking, and it's like, oh, this was Eric Clapton's guitar. That means I'm going to magically be able to play guitar like Eric Clapton.
Or that celebrities have really good luck and they're going to pass it over to us.
It's going to through the guitar.
Rub up against QOTD.
But it's ridiculous. Let's go back to the DNA thing. So this company is called Celebrity Gene. They're out of Canada, and basically, just like Kia said, they'll take DNA from whoever you want. And by the way, not just celebrities. You can get it from your uncles. You can get it from your pets. Whoever or whatever you want. And they put it into jewelry alongside whatever else you want. Some diamonds, sapphire, emeralds. Your choice.
The company says it's getting the DNA legally, but Chris, I mean, I guess this is a good financial move for them because people are so obsessed with celebrities, right?
Honestly, if you see somebody actually walking around with somebody's DNA, what are you going to think of that person? I mean, pathetic and sad. I mean, you got to be out of your mind. And the reality is, you want to get gross, most of dust is just skin, so that makes up DNA. So we're breathing it in all the time.
Oh, that's disgusting. I've heard heard that before. I heard that that's one of the reasons that people's homes are so dusty, because it's just dead skin.
Yeah, that's all it is. Mostly dusty, that's what it is.
That's so disgusting. But there's been celebrities. Kesha was one of them. I know a fan of hers gave her their teeth that had fallen out and put it in some jewelry, and she rocked that. There's been bracelets made out of children's, teeth when they lose them as their babies that people will wear.
Yeah, that Kesha's kind of scary. I've seen what she looks like too. Okay, so it probably falls right in line with her whole motif.
It all falls under bizarre. Yeah. That's what I have to say.
So bizarre. DailyBuzzNow.com is the place to go. Let us know. Would you actually get celebrity DNA to put on your bling?
Who are these celebs giving it up?
Exactly, right? Yeah. And do you really care if a celebrity touched a guitar? Are you one of those people who have to go after things like?
Time now for Markowski in a minute. Well, you have heard about smartphones. What about smart credit cards? The credit card industry wants to make a card that will better communicate with you. Here to talk about it is Chris Markowski. So get this, we have MasterCard talking about LCD screens on credit cards that would give you information on your balance, available credit, recent transactions, messages from the banks, as well as coupon codes from stores. What do you think about this?
I think it's a bad idea, but I'd rather have the voice of Samuel L. Jackson on there saying, you're going to buy what for how much? Start warning people are getting a little bit out of control. Yeah, there's some concerns in regards to, obviously, information that are on this thing getting out there, but it's not a bad idea. But mark my words, it's being paid for by the people that are going to be advertising to you and sending you coupons via the credit card.
Okay, so then as long as it doesn't add any cost for us, and as long as maybe you do become more aware of your balance and so forth, it might be a good thing.
For some people, may rein them in. Who knows?
Okay. If you have questions for Chris and all things financial, send them to us. Buzz at DailyBuzzNow.com.
You can't say no.